Prince Rogers Nelson was born June 7, 1958 and died April 21, 2016. He was an American singer-songwriter, musician, record producer, dancer, actor, and filmmaker. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest musicians of his generation. A multi-instrumentalist who was considered a guitar virtuoso, he was well known for his eclectic work across multiple genres, flamboyant and androgynous persona, and wide vocal range which included a far-reaching falsetto and high-pitched screams. Prince's innovative music integrated a wide variety of styles, including funk, R&B, rock, new wave, soul, synth pop, psychedelia, pop, industrial, and hip-hop. He pioneered the Minneapolis sound, a funk rock subgenre that emerged in the late 1970s. He was also known for his prolific output, releasing 39 albums during his life, with a vast array of unreleased projects left in a vault at his home after his death. It is believed that the vault contains dozens of fully produced albums and over 50 music videos that have never been released, along with various other media. He released hundreds of songs both under his own name and multiple pseudonyms during his life, as well as writing songs that were made famous by other musicians, such as Nothing Compares to You and Manic Monday. Estimates of the complete number of songs written by Prince range anywhere from 500 to well over 1,000. Prince was born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Prince signed a recording contract with Warner Brothers Records at the age of 19. In 1984, he and his backup band, The Revolution, released his sixth album Purple Rain, which was also the soundtrack to his hugely successful film acting debut of the same name. It quickly became his most commercially successful record, spending 24 consecutive weeks atop the Billboard 200. The film also won the Academy Award for Best Original Song Score, the final film to receive the award. After disbanding The Revolution, Prince released the critically acclaimed double album Sign o' the Times, 1987. In the midst of a contractual dispute with Warner Brothers in 1993, he changed his stage name to the unpronounceable symbol logo. Hollow circle above downward arrow crossed with a curlicute horn-shaped symbol and then a short bar, known to fans as the love symbol, and was sometimes referred to as the artist formerly known as Prince, or simply, the artist. He signed with Arista Records in 1998 and began referring to himself by his own name again in 2000. In April 2016, at the age of 57, Prince died of an accidental fentanyl overdose at his Paisley Park home and recording studio in Chanhassen, Minnesota. He sold over 130 million records worldwide, ranking him among the best-selling music artists of all time. He was honored with special awards including the Grammy President's Merit Award, the American Music Awards for Achievement and of Merit, and the Billboard Icon Award. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004, the UK Music Hall of Fame in 2006, and the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame in 2016. Rolling Stone placed Prince among its list of both the 100 greatest artists of all time and 100 greatest songwriters of all time. He is also ranked on the top 100 artists of all time list by Billboard. The Los Angeles Times called Prince our first post-everything pop star, defying easy categories of race, genre and commercial appeal. John Pareles of the New York Times described him as a master architect of funk, rock, R&B and pop, and highlighted his ability to defy labels. Los Angeles Times writer Randall Roberts called Prince among the most versatile and restlessly experimental pop artists of our time, writing that his early work connected disco and synthetic funk while his fruitful mid-period merged rock, soul, R&B and synth pop. Simon Reynolds called him a pop polymath, flitting between funkadelia, acid rock, deep soul, schmaltz, often within the same song. AllMusic wrote that, with each album he released, Prince showed remarkable stylistic growth and musical diversity, constantly experimenting with different sounds, textures, and genres. No other contemporary artist blended so many diverse styles into a cohesive whole. Rolling Stone ranked Prince at number 27 on its list of 100 greatest artists, the most influential artists of the rock and roll era. According to Acclaimed Music, he is the 10th most celebrated artist in popular music history. As a performer, he was known for his flamboyant style and showmanship. He came to be regarded as a sex symbol for his androgynous, amorphous sexuality, play with signifiers of gender, and defiance of racial stereotypes. His audacious, idiosyncratic fashion sense made use of ubiquitous purple, alluring makeup and frilled garments. His androgynous look has been compared to that of Little Richard and David Bowie. In 2016, Reynolds described it as Prince's 80s evasion of conventional gender definitions speaks to us now in this trans-aware moment. But it also harks backwards in time to the origins of rock and roll in racial mixture and sexual blurring. Prince was known for the strong female presence in his bands and his support for women in the music industry throughout his career. Slate said he worked with an astounding range of female stars, and promised a world where men and women looked and acted like each other. Prince also wore high-heeled shoes and boots both on and off stage. Many artists have cited Prince as an influence and inspiration, including Beyoncé, Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, Rihanna, Alicia Keys, Usher, Janelle Monáe, The Weeknd, Lady Gaga, Lenny Kravitz, Andre 3000, Frank Ocean and Beck. Beyoncé expressed her admiration for Prince in the book Prince, A Private View, calling him "my mentor," and she also praised his independence. He dared to fight for what was rightfully his freedom, wrapped up in words and music he created.
Hello. Don't be so glum. Alright, folks.
Okay, first of all, welcome to Spain, and thank you very much for being here. Any questions, please?
And of course, we're very excited here in Europe. How are your own expectations here
¿Cuáles son
before
sus expectaciones, sus
the
esperanzas?
concert tour begins?
¿Qué es lo que espera de este tour?
Well, being the greatest performer in the world.
Ser mejor.
I expect a lot of fun,
Espera divertirse mucho,
a lot of love,
mucho amor
and awakening.
y despertar.
¿cuál es la diferencia? ¿Qué diferencia piensa él que hay entre lo que era Prince? Sí.
Sí.
¿Cuál es la diferencia de Prince, que era Prince, la trayectoria de Prince en los 80, a como ahora se han llamado de antes, acompañado de los New Generation?
Okay. What is the difference between Prince in the 80s and Prince now with New Power Generation?
Many things.
Muchas cosas.
I don't go by Prince anymore.
No se llama Prince.
That is an artist that is contracted to Warner Brothers Records.
Se llama actualmente el artista.
The New Power Generation is a group of individuals who believe in truth.
New Power Generation es un grupo de gente que cree en la verdad, un grupo individual,
and freedom
y libertad,
and love for one another.
y el amor cada uno.
I was more concerned about myself in the 80s than I am now.
Estaba más preocupado por él mismo, por su persona en los 80 que ahora.
Now I let God take care of me and my affairs.
Ahora deja en manos de Dios que cuide de él y de su familia.
How do you see the relationship between music and business?
¿Cómo ve las relaciones musicales para él?
The relationship between the music business and I?
No, music and business.
Oh,
La relación entre la música y lo que es el negocio.
the relationship between music and business is not a natural one.
Ahora actualmente la relación es una relación natural,
The relationship between art and business is not a natural one.
que no es natural. La relación entre el negocio y la música.
And that's why you have this tug of war going on all the time between artists and businessmen.
Y por eso es que a eso se deben los distintos problemas entre el artista y la música.
That's why we call the New Power Generation and NPG Records an experiment in truth.
Por eso llamamos al nombre de New Power Generation y GPM Records.
El otro día, cuando estábamos en el aeropuerto, me entregaste este folleto. ¿Tiene algo que ver con lo que estás explicando con el tema de la vida, de Dios?
The other day, she went to the airport and you gave her that pamphlet, and she's asking you what are you referring to this special relationship with God? Do you refer to that in that pamphlet?
Yes, my relationship with God has awakened me to a better life,
Su relación con Dios le ha despertado una vida mejor.
and I no longer believe in idol worship.
No cree, ya no cree en ídolos.
So rather than give an autograph to someone, I'd rather give them something that's going to mean more to their life.
Así que en vez de darle un autógrafo a alguien, prefiere darle algo que signifique para él algo importante en su vida.
¿Hay algún momento especial del día que tengan de artist para componer, que se sientan mejor para escribir?
Do you have a special moment during the day to compose and make your music?
Music comes at all hours and all times.
La música viene en cualquier momento del día, cualquier día, siempre.
I look so sleepy all the time because I dream music.
Él tiene apariencia de estar dormido porque sueña con la música, la sueña.
How do you do, sir? Eddie Michel from Denmark. I want to know what was it that wanted you to start out as a musician way before you got your first record deal in the late 70s? Was it still an artist? I know you have a great affinity towards Mr. James Brown. Was it still a person, or was it your musical upbringing?
¿Qué es lo que le hizo a usted hacerse músico en la década de los 70 antes de que sacara su primer álbum?
I love James Brown's music.
Me gusta mucho la música de James Brown.
I don't know the individual.
No conoce muy bien, no le conoce a él, perdón.
I do have a great affinity towards all music.
Me gusta todo tipo de música.
Sometimes, that's a hard question. Sometimes I think I was born to play music.
A veces pienso que he nacido para tocar música.
And when I study, sometimes I think I was just born to evolve, and I use music to
A veces pienso que he nacido para evolucionar y estudiar la música.
I use music as a vehicle to make my evolution occur.
Como vehículo para hacer mi música.
Hi, I'm Oliver for German TV Set 1. Is there any reason that there is no planned any concert in Germany?
De que no haya ningún concierto planeado para Alemania.
There were some legal matters that had to be taken care of first. I believe that's being worked out, and
Hay
then
algunos asuntos legales que tenía que hacerse cargo.
I look forward to playing all over the world. The Jam of the Year tour is designed to span the world.
Y tiene pensado hacer un tour por todo el mundo.
Okay, thank you.
Quería yo preguntarle, usted es un músico muy prolífico, conocer por tanto qué tipo de asuntos, qué tipo de música es la que le está ahora gustando más hacer.
He says you're a very prolific artist. What kind of music are you more interested in doing now?
Larry Graham
Larry Graham.
and I were talking about this yesterday. I'm really interested in doing music that spreads the truth. That's the purpose of giving out the pamphlets. I've made a lot of money in this business called the music business. And I think it's time now to give back what I've learned. And she helps me a great deal in trying to put reins on my writing, to slow down my writing, and take better care with the words. I can hear you.
You described just a little bit what tonight's night was all about. How would you describe a general art influence in your work and in your general life?
¿Cómo describirías la influencia en su vida personal y en su carrera como músico? ¿Qué influencias?
My highest ideal is to let God influence my work and my life.
Su ideal es dejar a Dios que influya en su música y en su vida.
I fall short of my goals sometimes, but
Muchas veces se siente seguro de sus metas, pero
with God's help,
con la ayuda de Dios
I'll do better.
estará mucho mejor.
Good afternoon, Sinead Cuthbert of the British Press. About your wife, you've written so many beautiful songs with so many fantastic singers. I understand you also wrote quite a few fine. Did this give you a particular thrill, and are you writing more for her?
Que ella ha escuchado que ha escrito varias canciones para su mujer y a la vez su mujer para él. ¿Qué es lo que ha sentido al hacer esto?
More than a thrill, I think it evolved me as a human being to write for an embodiment of love.
Le ha servido sobre todo para el amor, para sentirse mejor con Dios.
The grandest piece and
La mayor parte.
my strongest to date, I believe, is Kama Sutra. the ballet that's contained on the Crystal Ball record.
El ballet que está contenido en el álbum de Crystal Ball.
And that was written specifically for her.
Y eso estuvo escrito específicamente para ella.
El que Marbella haya sido elegida como única sede de concierto en España tiene algo que ver con la nueva residencia que se habla, que Maite el otro día contaba en televisión que os vais a quedar por aquí.
What is the reason for you to establish the only concert in Marbella? Is it because you found a house here in Marbella?
I have a house here?
Well, Maite said something in television today.
She did.
I was looking, buscando.
Dice que estaba buscando.
Maite, did you enjoy the one video?
Excuse me?
Did you enjoy the one video?
Yes, I did.
¿Disfrutaste de dirigir el video? Sí.
Sí, disfruté mucho. Dirigirlo.
What was your approach on that video?
My approach?
¿Cuál era su perspectiva al hacer el video?
Well, I love Arabic influences. The song also had a very Arabic feel to it. And then the lyrics also.
Le gusta mucho.
I wanted basically to show what the words are saying. I mean, if you look at everything that's happening, it's exactly what he's singing.
Básicamente, con el cuerpo lo que quería decir en las letras.
Let me just say one thing also. Her, unlike other directors, let the music dictate more so what it is that she wanted to direct rather than the other way around.
Ella, más que otros directores, prefiere que la música le diga cómo expresarse en el baile, cómo hacer sus coreografías.
Show of hands, how many understand English? I'll just speak for the people who speak English because they're the biggest culprits. When an artist directs another artist or an artist interviews another artist, they don't have an agenda, a set agenda in their mind in the beginning.
Cuando gente entrevista a artistas no tienen una agenda en mente.
Besides my strange clothes,
Aparte de mi apariencia extraña, mis ropas extrañas,
I'm a pretty normal person.
es una persona bastante normal.
And you wouldn't get that from the things that you read.
Y no se coge esa impresión de lo que se lee de él.
I find that journalists usually write for other journalists.
Encuentra que periodistas escriben para otros periodistas.
As opposed to just making a record of the event that occurred.
En vez de hacer la crónica de lo que ocurrió.
Sorry, just had to get that out.
And your collaboration with Chaka, what was the special moment?
¿Fue un momento que sintió con su colaboración con Chaka? ¿Fue especial ese momento?
That was interesting because I had to completely forget my ego to work with her. She's a very strong, opinionated individual, as I am.
Esa experiencia fue muy importante para él. Es una persona con un ego muy fuerte y me encantó trabajar con ella.
¿Podría decirnos por qué ha elegido Marbella como punto de partida de su gira por Europa y algunos datos de lo que va a ser la gira, en qué va a consistir el espectáculo?
Okay, he wants to know why have you chosen to start your tour in Marbella, and could you tell us what it's going to be about?
Well, Maite's been here for 3 weeks.
Maite estaba aquí 3 semanas.
And this is sort of a present to her as well as the people of Marbella.
Para ella y para la gente de Marbella.
And I thought it was important to start the tour off on a festive note.
Y pensé que era importante empezar el tour aquí.
We met some wonderful percussionists last night.
Y conocimos anoche a un estupendos profesionales
At the disco and restaurant of Olivia.
en la discoteca Olivia, María.
And they hopefully will be performing with us tomorrow night.
Y seguramente estarán tocando con nosotros mañana por la noche.
And the way things are going, we'll probably have 75 musicians by the end of the tour.
Y según las cosas están yendo, seguro que nos quedamos con 5 o 7 músicos en el tour.
¿Quiere transmitir algo especial con el póster de la gira?
Do you want to transmit anything special with the poster of the tour?
If you look at the gun,
Si veis la pistola,
there's a microphone at the top,
hay un micrófono en la punta de la pistola.
and it signifies words being more powerful than weapons.
Y significa que las palabras son más importantes que las armas.
And they can either harm or help.
Y las armas pueden tanto dañar como ayudar.
So be careful what you write.
Así que cuidado con lo que escribís.
Has it been hard putting the show together? Could you sort of describe the process a little bit about choosing the songs, the stage show, the dancing?
¿Ha sido difícil montar el show de espectáculo?
This has been the easiest show to put together because we never know what we're going to play.
Ha sido el show más fácil de montar porque nunca sabemos lo que vamos a tocar.
If you, those of you who look at the internet, you'll see.
Para aquellos que ven internet,
you'll see a
verán
vast variety of
una amplia variedad
reviews that have spoke about this jamming aspect of the
de
concert.
artículos que hablan acerca de este tema.
Larry Graham plays much better bass than I do,
Larry Graham toca mejor el bajo que yo.
and I used to think I was the best in the world.
Y antes pensaba que yo era el mejor en el mundo.
So I let him have his way when he picks his instrument up.
Así que a mí me gusta dejarle que haga lo que quiera con el bajo.
And with Chaka, some shows she plays 3 numbers, some she wants to play 7 numbers and the drums.
Y a Chaka le gusta hacer 7 números y tocar.
So we try to let the flow of whatever's happening
Así que intentamos dejar que
dictate what goes on. And there again is another.
les parezca mejor y según vaya viniendo.
And there again is another example of letting things have their natural
Y esto es otro ejemplo de dejar que las cosas surjan por su propia naturaleza.
Sir, I was wondering before you said that you're wearing strange clothes, but besides that you're quite normal. Why do you think you're wearing strange clothes?
¿Por qué piensa usted que están utilizando ropa?
Stand up. No, not boring, comfortable.
But what's with the high heels? Is that some sort of image you've just been going on for all those years? Or?
Yes.
¿A qué se debe la ropa? ¿Una imagen que ha establecido para él?
One of my heroes, Carlos Santana,
Uno de sus héroes es Carlos Santana.
is to blame for my shoes.
Why is that?
Tiene la culpa de sus zapatos.
In all his early posters, he had on shoes higher than mine.
En sus primeros postes tenía zapatos más altos que los de él.
And I tried an experiment recently. I played guitar in flat shoes,
Intenté tocar la guitarra en zapatos planos
and it was like Samson with no hair.
y era como ¿cómo sabe? Era como Sansón sin pelo.
There was once a rumor that you would like to do, or she would like to do, Madonna would like to do a song with you. I don't know if that rumor is true.
Hay un rumor de que Madonna quiere hacer una canción con usted.
Apart from that, what do you think of her as an artist?
Pero aparte de eso, ¿qué piensa usted acerca de Madonna como artista?
I'm not a judge.
¿No es un juez?
I really go by the personality when I meet a person. I haven't spoken to her in
Trata a la
years.
persona y la intenta conocer por su personalidad y no ha hablado con ella.
So
Así que
to speak about her music without knowing how she really is, because
Hablar de su música sin saber cómo es ella como persona.
when I met her, she was completely different than the music at that point. So without knowing her now, I do not know her now, I can't really.
Cuando la conocí, su manera de ser era totalmente distinta de la música que hacía y ahora no la he vuelto a ver, así que no sé cómo es ella.
Solo es una pregunta para Maite, que la luego nos conteste en español. ¿Qué le atrae de aquí, de la Costa del Sol?
Bueno, el calor. Minneapolis hace mucho frío. Y claro que en Minneapolis. Y también la gente latina, me encanta España. Siempre he tenido un amor con España.
Maite, tú estuviste en nuestro programa en Barcelona, en Crónicas Marcianas, con Javier Sardá, y él ha hablado de unos zapatos muy especiales. Nos gustaría que nos dijeras, para Galindo, que le conociste, ¿dónde los compra? Porque él se lo pregunta.
¿Los zapatos? ¿O los míos o los de él?
No, los de él.
¿Los de él?
Sí.
Pues se lo hacen, especialmente.
Vale.
Sir, I was wondering if you should give an advice to young kids with aspirations of a career like yours, going into the music business. What kind of advice would you give them? Because as you stated many times, it's a jungle out there, and you have to take care of
¿Qué consejo le darían a los chicos que empiezan a carrera musical?
It's very important to keep ownership of your master recordings.
Es muy importante mantener los derechos de autor.
In the studio, there are master tapes and there are slave tapes.
En el estudio hay masters.
And I learned the hard way.
Y él aprendió de manera dura.
I'm trying to regain ownership of my master recordings.
Está intentando hacerse con él, hacerse dueño de su compañía de disco.
Because that's where
Porque es ahí donde
that's where you make the most money.
Porque es ahí donde hace más dinero.
And money is a symbol of power down here.
Símbolo de poder.
It's not real power, but it's
No es un poder
the
verdadero,
symbol of power.
pero es el símbolo del poder.
And we use the money to
Nosotros utilizamos el dinero para
to better our communities, and
asistir a nuestras comunidades.
it's best that the money that's
Y es mejor que el dinero,
the money that's made from the master recordings belongs to the master as opposed to the slave.
es mejor que el dinero hecho por el maestro, por el máster, sea de él y no del esclavo.
I created the art,
Él creó el arte
and I should reap the benefits, don't you think?
y él debería ganar los beneficios, ¿no creéis?
Well, that's not how record companies work.
Pero no es así como funcionan las compañías de discos.
Are there any record company people here?
¿Hay alguna persona de la compañía de discos?
All right, good. All right, let's talk.
Well, what about if you're young, sir, and you have this great dream of becoming a musician, and you get this deal with a record company, and they tell you got it, that you would, kind of compromise and say, yeah, okay, you can have it.
¿No se sentiría enseguida a gusto de saber que ya tiene un contrato y se lanzaría?
There's a story in the Bible
Hay una historia en la Biblia
where
donde
the devil offered Jesus the
el
world,
demonio ofrece a Jesús el mundo
and he refused,
y él lo rechazó
and thus gained his soul.
y así ganó su alma.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Y eso es todo lo que voy a decir.
But now there's so many more new songs that I want to put into the company that
Pero hay unas cuantas canciones que quiero poner en la compañía.
I think I'm just gonna I want every act to say something, because with the Path Ballet it was beautiful. I'm definitely going to keep Kama Sutra, but the other two acts I want it to be really strong, and the new music that my husband has written, also with Chaka Khan and Larry Brown.
Va a
I
mantener el
really
show
do
de
it.
Kama Sutra, pero ahora va a continuar con otro show de su marido y de Chaka Khan.
Regarding the music for tomorrow night, will it comprise of much new stuff or can fans expect any old ones?
Great deal of old music.
Great deal of old music.
Yes, the concerts have been much longer. This is the longest I've
¿En qué
ever
va a consistir
played.
el concierto de mañana? El concierto va a ser más largo,
Almost 3 hours.
casi 3 horas.
So you can get a lot in that.
En estos días que está aquí ha conocido al alcalde de Marbella, don Jesús Gil.
Have you met the mayor, Jesús Gil?
You know, I received some beautiful flowers and
Ha recibido unas flores preciosas
a book on the history of the
y un
country,
libro de la historia del país y la ciudad.
but I haven't met him yet. Look forward to it.
Pero no lo ha conocido y quiere conocerlo.
¿Es verdad que te has comprado una casa en Estepona?
Is it true that you have bought a house in Estepona?
My residence is the world.
Mi residencia es el mundo.
I'm happy anywhere.
Estoy contenta en cualquier sitio.
So this tour takes you to Scandinavia, Denmark and Sweden. Do you have any special strings attached to Scandinavia, fond memories from the last couple of times you've been there?
Va a hacer un tour por Escandinavia.
I did a wonderful concert
Hice un concierto estupendo
in the late 80s, and my father attended.
en los últimos años de la década de los 80.
And he's very critical, and I had something to prove to him that night.
Y su padre le criticó algunas cosas acerca del concierto.
I tend to remember experiences rather than
Él tiende a recordar experiencias
individual concerts.
de conciertos individualmente.
When the lights go down, that's probably best left unexplained.
Que es un poco difícil de explicar.
When the lights go down, it's very sexual.
Cuando las
So
luces se apagan, es estupendo.
I try not to place one over the other.
Intenta no mezclar uno con otro.
So you become another person when you go on stage.
I become a bigger, stronger
Se
person.
convierte en otra persona cuando aparece en el escenario.
I'm still the same person.
Sigo siendo la misma persona.
How do you see the relation between your work, the
¿Cómo ve la
artist
relación
work,
entre su trabajo artístico
and personal life in the future?
y su vida privada en el futuro?
For the past 20 years, there's been no difference. I consider work my personal life.
En los últimos años no ha habido mucha diferencia. Considero el trabajo como mi vida privada.
Being married has taught me a lot about
El estar casado me ha enseñado mucho
taking better care of time
sobre aprovechar más el tiempo
and
y
realizing that recreation means recreation of self.
darse cuenta de que la recreación es la volver a crearse de uno mismo.
So I think I may take a vacation soon.
Así que creo que voy a tomar unas vacaciones pronto.
Yeah. But can I say that, like, on the album, you will bring a new power song?
Yes.
Ya, terminaron. Gracias, muchas gracias.
Like, on the album, so the power song,
Yes.
creating the power song.
Pues, es que el título del álbum tiene algo que ver con su nueva imagen, ¿no?
I don't pick these names for myself. They're given to me.
No escoge estos nombres para él, se los dan.
Perdón, gracias. ¿Eh? Exacto.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome the artist.
On December 31st, 1999, my publishing contract with Warner Chappell expired, thus emancipating the name I was given before birth, Prince, from all long-term restrictive documents. I will now go back to using my name instead of the symbol I adopted as a means to free myself from all undesirable relationships. It was interesting the other day, a friend of mine said, "So what should I call you now?" And I said, "You can call me Prince." And it just felt good to say that again because I hadn't so long. So I'm really curious to see what happens next. I would like to quickly address, it's a little difficult for me, but I want to quickly address some of the rumors of confrontation between Maite and I. I think most of them arise out of the perceived notion that we're still married in the conventional sense. Contrary to recent statements in the press, that's not true. We're still friends, but she does her thing and I do mine.
Name again. Would you be changing your name again, ever?
MPG will release an internet-only version of my album renamed Rave Into the Joy Fantastic to make up for the lackluster way in which its predecessor, Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic, was promoted. The new CD will contain numerous remixes and 2 new songs. The price of CDs have skyrocketed while the quality of music has plummeted. And as long as middlemen create the means by which the consumer consumes, this will never change. The problem's not a complex one. And the solution is simple. Let the baker make the bread. I'm a musician. I make music.
Thank you for your patience and good behavior.